Findom, Fin, and Dom is Domme.
Okay, hang on a second. Okay, spell it out for me.
NYC FIN, like financial, Fin, Domme.
And then what's after that?
Yeah, NYC FIN DOMME.
DOMME. Okay, done. Okay, cool. What up, guys? So we are live. So we got a debate between Mr. Slave and his lovely mistress and Kevin Ray Wilder. So I'm gonna be moderating this, and it's gonna be pretty straightforward. The only rule there's gonna be is no interruption. I'm generally gonna stay out of it unless I'm directly involved in somehow, or I have a funny wisecrack that I want to make that I think is going to make myself laugh. In those cases, I will step in. But aside from that, I will generally be out of it. But then there's going to be Q&A afterwards, so I'll definitely be active in that. So this is going to be fucking epic. I think this is going to be fun. But yeah, cool. Let's start off with actually, I don't even know how should we start this off.
Let's first start off with like what the point of the debate is, because to be honest, I'm not even quite sure. Is it just like saying whether Mr. Slave is an alpha or not?
Well, I think the claim that Mr. Slave had, and I don't want to like straw man him, is that his game is superior to like the game that we teach in the Manosphere. So I think that's his claim. Is that correct?
It's different, but I have, I told you, Alex, we've been thinking, me and my mistress, we have been thinking about why some people are dominant like you, and some men are dominant like you, fantasize, I should correct myself, fantasize, in their fantasies, they're dominant like you, and some men in their fantasies are submissive like me. So what causes this? So we've been thinking about it and talking about it. We actually came up with a psychoanalytical theory how it works. If you'd like, we can present.
All right, let's hear it. We'll start from there. I'm sure we'll just naturally have a bunch of. This will be an interesting stream. So I did watch the. I think your guys' second debate or second whatever. Right before this, so I definitely have a lot of questions. But yes, go ahead. Tell us your theory.
So let's do this a little bit Aristotelian. So I'll ask you, Kevin, why do you, why do you think some men fantasize about being dominant like Alex, and some men fantasize about being submissive like me? Why do you think this happens? What could cause this? Putting you on the spot. It's just Aristotelian.
No, it's fine. I guess. I mean, we can start off this way. I think everybody has a natural proclivity toward what they are aroused by, and a lot of that has to do with their genetics, but also their upbringing as well. And so, yeah, that's the short, simple part of it, I guess.
Good. Okay, so I'll give you some input, some data to see if your theory makes sense or not. So Alex had a Persian guy, like atheist something, like a few weeks ago, and that guy said that in Iran, I said Indian, I meant Iranian, Persian. I don't know what I said. Anyway, Iran, Iranian. I don't know. I mean, by his accent, he sounds Iranian. No, he mentioned that it's Iran. It's actually relevant where he's from. So he said that, literally, I'm quoting him literally, 99% of the girls that he's dating in Iran are dominant to such an extent that, according to him, they all get wet, or some of them get wet, just by talking about pegging the guy who was being interviewed. 99%. So,
I mean, don't you think maybe it's 99% because that's the type of girls that he's attracting? If he's like, oh, I like to get pegged, and then therefore only the girls that want to peg him get aroused by that. Don't you think that's sort of like a selection bias there? What claim are you making? That 99% of Iranian women want to secretly peg men?
I'm presenting it a data point for you to, you can reject it, of course, but my theory easily explains it. Our theory.
Well, I'm not rejecting it. I'm just, it's clearly an anecdote, So for being scientific, if that's your implication there, and you're just providing one anecdote from some random Persian guy on Alex's stream that likes to get pegged, and he says, "Hey, every girl I interact with loves to gets turned on when they say they want to peg
let me
me."
just clarify something.
This
guy's super cool. He doesn't actually like to be pegged. He's just saying.
Okay.
He's not like actually into that. At least I don't think so. Yeah, I just want to clarify because he's like super cool, so I don't want to create a fake narrative. Even though
okay. So you gave that example. So what's your theory then?
Wait, no, it's Aristotelian. I'm gonna squeeze you. I'm gonna get the answer out of you. Hopefully.
Please don't squeeze me. I don't want to be squeezed. Please. But okay, fine. Go ahead.
You can squeeze the mistress if she lets you.
Yeah.
So as Alex mentioned, Alex actually asked him. This came up. So he's actually dominant. He actually does not enjoy being submissive. So I mean, so you have to deal with that fact. So he's actually a scientist. I think I didn't watch the beginning of the interview. I don't know exactly who he is, but he was talking like a scientist. So he was presenting this. You can basically rely on it as any other data you would gather in any other scientific endeavor. So you might as well assume 99% of women in Iran get wet or something like that just from the thought of pegging a guy. I feel like a walk in the park.
So because somebody seemed like a scientist, he seems like a scientist, and therefore we didn't even specify what kind of scientist. We must then assume that 99% of Iranian women like pegging men. Okay, so that's fine. Let me just grant you that 99% of Iranian women want to peg men. Okay, so what's your point with that?
He also, yeah. I mean, look, I never knew this. For me, it was new information. I didn't need it. I could have predicted it, but
is your implication that most women secretly want to peg men, like that turns them on?
No.
Just Iranian women, then. So is that what this debate is about? Just about Iranian women? Not that I have anything against Iranian women, but I thought this debate was about you.
Yeah, I'm sort of confused. Where are you going with this?
Okay, I'll present you another data point.
But what's the claim that you're trying to make? I think that's the part that Kevin is confused about.
I'm like, what? Why are we talking about Iranian women getting pegged or pegging guys?
Like the way it works is you make a claim and then you give the evidence to support the claim, right? But then, if we don't know what the claim is, we don't know what the evidence is doing.
Okay, fine. I'll jump to the theory. So the theory goes like this. So I'll jump to Alex's childhood, specifically with his mom and dad, and I'll compare it to my childhood, specifically with my mom and dad, and we'll see that my experience and Alex's experience are mirror images. My personality, my sexual personality, and Alex are mirror images.
That's a bold claim there, sir. Okay, I'm excited. Let's hear this.
You're secretly Natty's slave, aren't you, Alex? Admit it right now.
Up, that's private.
Alex PWF exposed.
I told you that in private, Kevin. Don't let the world know. No, I'm just kidding.
You're also Rhaegar's slave.
I'm excited.
Like a whole chain of slaves.
No, I'm excited because I've never actually publicly talked about my childhood that much. Actually, I don't want to say anything. So I'm curious to see if you can figure out what my childhood was.
I have enough information. We gathered enough information from you, Alex, about your childhood.
Okay, let's hear it.
When Alex came to America, so in Russia, his mom was the weaker sex in the household, and his dad was the provider. He was the leader. When they came to America, so I'm just quoting Alex. So his mom picked up English fairly easily, and his dad basically didn't even try. So his dad got left behind, and his mom became more dominant in the household in a certain respect. And this culminated in his mom and Alex's mom cheating on his dad.
Yeah, I've said all that publicly though. That's something I've told that story before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but maybe Kevin, maybe the audience is not aware. This is critical. This is the mirror image. Now, when I say mirror, right? So the guy on the video right now, which is a mirror image, the video is not a mirror image. It's a correct image. If I look at the mirror and I raise my left hand, the guy in the mirror has his right hand raised. So when I say mirror, I mean complete opposite, not exact same.
That's not what it means.
Oh, really?
That's not what it means. Yeah, mirror means like exact.
Oh, I thought it means exact opposite.
The opposite of what it means.
And so this is related to Iranian women pegging men. How? I'm still trying to put all these two things together. I'm so confused.
I jumped because you didn't go. I can go back to the Iranian women.
No. Let's hear the claim first, and then we can go into the evidence.
Yeah. Because you're talking about Alex right now, so I feel weird.
And then I'll support it with evidence. I'll give you the abstract.
Okay.
So the abstract is, so Alex in his household, the way his brain was wired at a critical junction, when his brain was wired to become either dominant or submissive, at that point, his mom was more dominant. And Alex had this experience. Whatever it did to his brain, he didn't like it. Alex didn't like it. He didn't like the fact. He was traumatized. Alex was traumatized by his mom becoming dominant and his dad being such a wuss. I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt anyone. This is
You're not gonna hurt me. I'm unhurtable. Go ahead.
not you, not your dad. This is not for them.
Sounds like someone's hurting your dog, though. Like, is that part of the slave situation? Is the dog a slave too?
No, they love the dog. The dog is a very innocent creature. Okay, so there's elements of truth, but you're also some things you said are not true. My mom is a very sweet, submissive woman. She never became more dominant than my dad. My dad is quite a dominant guy. What happened was that my mom, when we lived in Russia, my dad worked and my mom stayed at home, really, because that was just the way it was at the time. And when they moved to America, my mom worked in addition to my dad, so she had more independence. But that didn't make her more dominant to my dad. My dad was still definitely in charge of pretty much everything in the house. She was never more dominant than my dad. That's not even close. She just had more independence because she had her own career in America, which she didn't have in Russia.
But you were traumatized, Alex. You were traumatized because you are not normal today. You don't approach women normally. You almost immediately talk in the language of BDSM. You immediately bring up handcuffs. And I don't remember what else, but you are not normal. So I
find it very funny when a dude in a mask tells me I'm not normal, but okay.
And he's on a leash, and it's like, Alex, you had handcuffs. A leash is okay, but handcuffs, that's where we draw the line.
I did have some childhood trauma. It had nothing to do with my parents, though. My parents were great. It was when I moved to America, I was bullied a little bit because I didn't really speak English, and because we lived in a very small town where there was no immigrants and stuff like that. It was pretty mild, though. I wasn't ever seriously abused or anything like that. But yeah, no, I didn't really have any trauma regarding with my parents. My parents were both great.
Okay, I'm trying to see your point with this, Mr. Slave. Is your point people's childhoods determine what turns them on when they're older? Is that your implication?
sort of see so here's the mirror image of the story I told about Alex. So my upbringing, my dad was a bully, and he used to bully my mom. So in my mind, Now this is a theory. It's a work in progress. It's a theory. So maybe what happened to me is, in my mind, whenever I'm in communication with a woman, any woman, this is true for any woman, I am submissive because I loathe how much of a bully my dad was towards my mom. So in my perspective of reality, in my imagination, how I view reality, I cannot handle dominating a woman. I find it absolutely disgusting to such an extent that when Alex, like he in one of the previous shows, he showed pickup and he took a collar. The first thing he did, literally the first thing he did, was take the collar and imagine he's putting it on the girl on the other side, and she handed her neck, just like I did with my dom.
Yeah, so really quickly, my question to you is, like, when he was putting the collar toward the webcam, it was kind of like, because you were watching it, right? It was kind of like coming towards you. Did you get turned on a little bit by that?
Oh God, dude, no, not this question. That wasn't the goal of that.
Did I get turned on by that?
Yeah, because it was almost as if he was putting the collar on you.
I was not.
I'll tell you exactly what happened. What happened, and I wrote it in the comments, was that, and I told Alex in the comments, this is not pickup. This has nothing to do with sex. This is just a disgusting event that I just witnessed. Completely asexual. That is the emotions it evoked on my.
Wait, I'm confused.
But that's the exact type of thing that you like, though. So are you saying that your sexual habits are?
Well, yeah, the part
grotesque?
I'm confused about is you're into some kinky ass shit. Why are you kink shaming me?
Yeah,
for doing the exact same thing that girls do to you to them.
I don't mean to kink shame. Absolutely not.
But you were just doing that.
Okay, so I'll take it back. I understand. That's not me. I don't want to bully. So, but that is my emotions. The emotions it evoked on my behalf is absolute disgust, completely asexual. Not just that. I mean, when I see a woman behaving in a submissive way, it completely turns me off to such an extent that I could be with the most beautiful woman in the world. Once she's submissive to me, I get completely turned off.
Okay, now we have something to work with. I have a question for you. So you say that a submissive woman completely turns you off, right? And is that something that could ever change for you, or is a submissive woman always going to turn you off no matter what?
I had submissive women. It's just work. Sex, instead of sex and pleasure, just becomes hard work. Because you have to play a role. You're not getting paid for it. You're not enjoying it as sexual. It's like a psychotherapy that you're not.
No, I get that, but like, could you ever see a scenario where you would like change your mind about submissive women, where you're like, actually, I'm kind of into submissive women now, or is that never going to happen?
I cannot predict I cannot predict it, but right now it disgusts me.
It disgusts you. Okay. So, Miss Dominatrix, I have a question for you. What type of guy turns you on? A more dominant guy or a more submissive guy?
Dominant.
More dominant. Okay. And so, Mr. Slave, your whole thing is you're trying to, because I listened to the podcast before, your whole thing is that you're trying to use this technique to potentially be with Mr. Dominatrix one day to get like married and stuff, right? I think I remember hearing that from the last debate. But this is like your strategy, right? The slave strategy?
Yes.
Okay. So if you are not only turned off by submissive women, but you're actually disgusted by them because your type is dominant, and then your dominatrix is the same exact way, where she is turned on by dominant men. If you are never going to change to be attracted to submissive women, why would she all of a sudden be attracted to submissive men?
That's a good question. I explained my strategy. Yeah, you're right. It's a good question. I mean,
It's the only question that matters, bro, because the entire thing is that your strategy is supposedly going to help you be with her one day, but you just sort of debunked yourself because you said yourself that you are attracted to dominant women, you're disgusted by submissive women, and you're probably not going to change. So you don't expect yourself to change. Why do you expect her to change and then suddenly become attracted to you?
I actually don't. I don't need her to be attracted to me. It would be sort of a turn off if she were attracted to me. So it fits. It actually fits. I mean, it's complicated. It actually. I mean, I like the fact that she doesn't like me. I would like to be with her, and the fact that she doesn't like me, that's just the bonus.
But didn't you say that the plan, you said earlier, the plan is like for you to use slave game and then she's going to like be with you one day.
Slave game.
You said that.
Yeah, slave game is just, I'm just presenting myself as the ultimate backup that you can always rely on me.
Are you fine with being the ultimate backup forever?
Of course, I'm proud of it.
Really? You think most people who like become pro, like let's say you become a professional, I don't know, football player, you think that they just dream of being second string or the backup forever and they don't want to get in the game and have a few reps and, have a few plays here and there?
No, but with her, it actually turns me on to know that I'm her backup, to know that she knows that she can rely on me. I'm like,
But you're not. Well, why would I consider you a backup though if I'm not attracted to submissive men? How is that a backup? Like I think a backup would be someone else exploding.
it's a good question. because I think I am dominant. The fact that I like being I don't even, it might be the dominant and submissive are not, they're not the correct opposite term because I'm very, you cannot shake me from my submissive stance. I will not be dominant. Absolutely not. So I'm very.
So you're aggressively submissive, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
That's interesting. I'm trying to imagine an aggressively submissive person. I guess you're so submissive that it like short circuits people's brains, and then they consider you dominant. Is that right?
Here will be an analogy. Like if you were an aggressively submissive guy, I'll be like, "Yo, Kevin, so what do you want to do for dinner tonight? You want to get sushi or you want to get steak? Dude, stop trying to fucking submit to me and make it my choice. You should pick where we get dinner, motherfucker." I'll be, all right, dude. I was just thinking, if you're in the mood for sushi or steak.
It's your decision. You're a queen. I'm just a filthy little slave. Now slap me, mommy. Slap me across my cheeks, both of them.
Yeah. I should make a point. I'm not submissive. Look, I would even say, I am submissive generally in life with everyone, but I'm also dominant. It's like I'm very nice. I always try to be very nice. I always avoid being a bully.
That's the epitome of dominance, what you just described there.
What do you mean?
Epitome.
That you're always trying to be nice and not be a bully. That describes dominant men.
Wait, say it again.
No, I'm joking. I was being sarcastic.
Sorry. I was confused too.
Okay, you confused without the sarcasm. It went over my head.
Okay, all right, fine. Some people can't detect sarcasm. It's fine. So I'm trying to think again. So is your whole case that it's like, okay, well, because like, look, I got to be honest. I know this is like funny and all that, but I do feel for you and I do have sympathy for you in the fact that, you had a bad relationship with your parents. And then because of that, you are into some very, let's just say, unorthodox stuff now. I think that just goes to show you how much of an effect your childhood can have on the type of person that you develop to become. And so for you, there's something there where, I don't know, maybe you're afraid of being dominant.
No.
Would you say that's the case?
It turns me on to see dominant women. That's all the porn that I watch. Just women hurting men, peeing into the mouths of men, and worse and worse. That is the only thing that turns me on. There's barely any banging going on in the porn that I watch.
Yeah,
Wait,
but don't you think that's
how does it
related
work?
to some childhood traumas, though?
Wait, can we explore how it gets worse than that? What's after peeing? Like shitting or something? Or
Of course. Oh, cheating is not the worst. I mean, I enjoy seeing women killing men.
oh,
Killing, as in like
Killing.
actual killing, or you mean like acting?
No,
Because
no. I mean, there's hardly any porn you can watch of that, but it's usually anime and animation.
okay, fair. Good. I'm good. We cleared that up because I was about to like dial 911 on my phone.
there's a section of Pornhub that I must not be familiar with.
Just a compilation of women just brutally murdering.
This is not what the algorithm shows me.
No, like what Pornhub shows me that I like is women strangling men with their thighs until the men black out. Like I need to see a guy blacking out from a girl pinching her thighs on his neck until he blacks out.
Has that happened to you before? Have you had the pleasure of having that happen to you before?
Yes, actually, I think just once. It's very difficult. Actually, it's a whole technique. It's not. It sounds simple, but it's really very difficult because the chin gets in the way. The chin hits the vagina. So it blocks. It's very difficult for a woman. We tried.
Miss Dominate. Oh, you have tried it, Miss Dominatrix, with him.
Your chin never touched my vagina though.
Oh.
Would you have liked it more if it did?
No.
No, not you, Mr. Slave.
Yeah, for me, it's part of the fantasy.
That's why I don't do it. He asks me to. I won't do it. I don't want to be that close to him.
Oh.
For me, it's actually the very fact that the vagina is killing me, is hurting me. That's part of the fantasy.
You know, I used to always make fun of red pillars who would try to say that porn is evil and porn fucks you up. I was like, come on, how bad can porn be really? But yeah, I might have to rethink my position on that. Okay.
So if your chin accidentally touched your vagina, would you be like, you know what, bitch, get out. This is over. You ruined the fantasy for me. Would you do that?
And the fact that my chin is in the way, that blocks the thighs from completely cutting off blood to the brain. Like
Isn't that what you want, though?
I want the blood to be cut off to the brain, yeah.
I'm just amazed. So for you, because look, this is where I'm confused because you're just like, oh, I'm running slave game or whatever, and this is going to work. So what does it working in the end mean for you? Does that mean at some point you'll end up hooking up with, I don't know what to call you. I'm sorry, Miss Dominatrix. This is what I would just call you, Miss Dominatrix. Like, is that the end goal? Because that's what I'm confused about. You know, because it's one thing if you're just fine with being, you know, I guess tortured forever. I guess that's one thing. I mean, it's there's a whole other set of problems for a different reason. But I'm just trying to see like what's your goal here? Because your entire thing was saying, oh, well, Alex's strategies in the last debate that you guys have is ineffective, while yours is effective. So to what end? I'm trying to figure that out.
That's the end. But I'm enjoying the path. I'm enjoying the travels. What do you call
Okay,
it?
so you're enjoying the path there, but the ultimate destination is for you to be with her in a sexual way.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I told her when I presented this theory to her. So I think all slaves, like we basically, I mean, she wrote me a message that I told Alex that that's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to manipulate her. So I explained to her, no. I think all slaves, whether they are aware of it or not, all slaves are trying to manipulate. It's not even manipulate. All slaves are trying to be sexually close to their doms.
I would
Yeah,
probably,
but
I would
it's
probably
but
agree
it's
with that.
yeah, but it's also it's if you have in your mind that like the ultimate end is to be with her, I just don't think it's working. Dominatrix, do you think it's working? Has he made any progress?
No, I actually tried to like cut him off last week.
Okay. Well, wait. Hey, what saved it then?
Yeah,
What,
I was curious about that.
Mr. Slave? We're talking about game here. I want to know the game of getting your dominatrix back after you may or may not have creeped her out a little bit to the point where she ran away. So what'd you do to get her back?
He had my shoes, so I had him bring me my shoes. So then he asked if we can talk. So I let him talk, and then he basically tried to debunk everything that I said, which was that you're not a real slave, that you're literally, it's just a ploy to get women, because that's what he said on the channel. And no offense, well, yeah, offense. You suck as you're not a great slave. You're not a good slave. You question everything I tell you to do, and you're slow. You're not a good slave. You're not.
Yeah.
And he told me, he's like, okay, I'm gonna try harder. And he's like, no, it's not a ploy. He goes, oh, I actually do enjoy serving you. I love doing your laundry. It's the highlight of my day. He's like, all I want to do is serve you and do your laundry. He's like, it's not a ploy. I know that you're not attracted to me. And so I'm like, okay. So I let him do my laundry.
Is that like the
So if he-
equivalent? Is that like the equivalent of makeup sex in your like kind of world? Is like doing someone's laundry, you know? It's like fine.
Which do you prefer, her dirty laundry or her clean laundry?
Which do I prefer? The dirtier the better, of course.
Oh, damn.
Okay, fair. I figured that was probably your answer, but yeah, it looks like you've been a bad slave, Mr. Slave. Dominatrix, you should probably like whip him or whatever you do.
I mean,
Whatever dominatrix stuff you do.
I have a puppy. I would never do that with her. It would scare the puppy.
Okay, well, fair enough. Puppy lives matter, so fair. And then also, let's be honest, like if he's being a bad slave, you can't reward him with punishment, right?
Yeah, that's the what's the term? That's the trap she finds herself in. It's like he's a bad slave, but he wants to be punished. So it's like, what is she supposed to do? I sympathize.
You're not allowed to do my laundry for an entire week.
No! Be reasonable.
That wouldn't be the ultimate punishment. Being physically punished is not as painful as not being able to do her laundry. I mean, being able to serve her is. I mean, that's what I told her. I mean, just being able to serve her, that is the best reward. That is.
So the ultimate punishment then would be for her to like, I guess, leave you or not allow you to be around her anymore, right?
Of course.
Which is what I tried.
But then that would secretly turn you on.
Yeah, but you know, it's a catch 21.
Catch 22, yeah.
I could just imagine Mr. Slade just walking around, normally throughout his day, and just when the dominatrix isn't with him, he just has a raging hard on the entire time. But then, like when he's with her, he doesn't.
No, I'm very, very excited to think about her and to be with her. We actually can I talk about the kid?
Well, what I'm curious about is what you said earlier in the beginning, where you said that you think you and I are mirror images of each other. I'm curious how you're going to come to how.
Yeah, let's get into that. Let's psychoanalyze both of you guys.
So either the way it ended up being is that Alex is wired as a bullied child. That's how he's wired. During the wiring years, he was bullied, and that's just his brain is now no longer what we call it's no longer flexible. So that's
who do you think I was bullied by, though?
Let's just say it, and then we'll come back to the evidence.
Okay.
So Alex was wired as bullied, which is why he fantasizes. So in his reality, nothing will ever make a difference. He's always a bullied child. That's how he will always forever until he takes his last breath. He will view himself as not worthy as a bullied child. That's it.
What does that have to do with women and men?
Well, who was I bullied by? Like, who do you think I was bullied by?
We'll come back to this. I just want to first just present in a second. We'll present the mirror images. So Alex's reality is that he's a bullied child. This means that in his fantasy, his brain is struggling, is having pain with this, and he's trying to avoid these thoughts. So when he goes to his fantasies, it's the opposite. And he becomes dominant in his fantasies. His fantasy is to be dominant, which is why he acts as a bully, tries his best to.
So why isn't it the same for you then? Because didn't you say that you were traumatized by your dad bullying your mom? So why didn't you become the bully? Why did you become the submissive instead?
Right, I'm wired as a bully, but in my fantasy, I'm submissive. When I run away from my reality as a bully, as a dominant alpha, which is how I view myself, which is my reality, when I close my eyes and I go to my porn, I don't want I hate my reality. I hate it. I want to run away from it.
But that's not even true. That makes no sense at all. Because
because
in your reality,
sorry, go ahead, Dominatrix.
in your reality, you are submissive to women. In your fantasies, you're submissive to women.
Yeah.
No, not enough.
And then same with Alex, like he is dominant in his relationships, and then the same thing in his fantasies that you're saying.
Right. I'm separating reality from wiring in the brain. In Alex's reality, nothing will help. No dominant experience will rewire his brain. He's wired as a submissive. And he's always trying to break these bonds in his brain. He's fantasizing. He's living out being dominant but it's just acting out. His brain, which is why he's BDSM dominant. He's not normal. The first thing he does, he takes a collar. That's how he picks up a woman. He takes out a collar, puts it on her neck. That's not normal. He is not normal. He's traumatized.
Who do you think I was bullied by? I still want to get an answer to this question.
Well, you said you. I don't have to give an answer. You said you were bullied.
You did say that earlier today.
Yeah, I did, but I think he thinks I was bullied by my parents, which I wasn't. I had really great parents. I was like mildly bullied at school because I didn't speak English well, but I wasn't like bullied by my family or something.
Yeah, but you didn't mention that. I don't know. Look, it's a theory. I don't even know if it's true. I don't know. I certainly barely have any data. I would say the fact that you were bullied and your parents and your mom was dominant a little bit. Oops, I have to.
My mom wasn't dominant. She just got a job when she moved to America.
Yeah, but she cheated on your dad.
Yeah, that's when I was like 22.
The brain is still forming at 22. So,
wait, so do you think the dominatrix is a bully? Do you think your mistress is a bully?
Good question.
do I think no, I don't think she's a bully.
Because I'm literally doing the same thing she is.
She's not enough of a bully, but no.
But what's the difference between me and her? She's being dominant to you, and I'm being dominant to the girls I hook up with.
You cannot ask me this because I find her. I told you I find her the more like for me it's a fantasy. So the more bullying she is, I just view it like the puppy biting me. It's never enough. I want the puppy to bite me harder.
But what's the difference between me and her? I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm not judging either one of you. I'm not judging.
But then why would she be why would I be a bully and she would not be a bully?
But she doesn't. Oh, no, I call you a bully specifically, because before meeting me, you called me a little bitch.
Oh my God, you're still on that?
You never took it back, so you're still on that just as much as I am. We're married.
I've totally forgotten about it until you mentioned it.
Oh, you refuse to retract it.
Dude, because I'm sorry, dude, but that's how I feel. I can't take back something that I feel.
You cannot ask me, dude, you still about that? When you are still about that as a mirror image, exactly the same. You refuse to take it back just as much as I refuse to. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. But forget. My memory doesn't allow me to forget it. So it's just, I'm not judging you, but that's why I call you a bully. You are a bully. I would never do this to anyone in the world. And if I would, to the worst people in history, and they would tell me, listen, dude, you hurt my feelings. I would say, Jesus Christ, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm really sorry. I'll avoid it. End of story. And I told you, listen, not only does it hurt my feelings, with your attitude, this is why I have to hide in fear. I live in fear.
Oh my God. Here we go. You have to hide in fear because of me.
Because of you. Yes, I need to get the other.
It's because of me.
It's because of you, definitely. Yeah, it's because of you and bullies like you who cause men like me to be fearful for our lives.
I'm a bully because in one live stream that you weren't even on, I made an observation that I think you're kind of a bitch, and like that makes me a bully. Like because I made an observation. Like I don't understand how that makes me a bully. It was just me making an observation.
No. You hurt my feelings, and it should be enough for you to say, "Wow, totally didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I didn't mean it. It was just a joke. I'm really sorry."
He did say that.
Never.
Well, I didn't mean to hurt. My goal wasn't to hurt your feelings. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I can't retract something that I believe. That's just a statement of fact. Like that would be like if I criticized a fat person for being fat, and they were like, "You hurt my feelings." Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but I can't take back the fact that I think you're fat when you're fat. Like I would just be literally denying reality if I'm like, "No, you're not fat. You're skinny." Like that would just be a lie. Well, I think it's a pretty strong claim to say that you and I are alike sexually. I think we're the complete polar opposites. We're like, we could not be more different.
So why are you two alike, and why isn't Alex and Dominatrix alike if they are both dominant people?
I say mirror image. Mirror image, I thought means exact opposite.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
well, yeah,
that's one way to look at it, I guess. But usually, when you say mirror image, the implication is the implication is the same thing. Like, imagine you look at yourself in the mirror, and then you have like someone else staring back at you. No, like, that would shock you, right? Because the implication is a mirror image is like the same image back, so it's like the same, not the opposite.
But the guy in the mirror is not you. That's not how the world sees you. Right? The guy in the mirror has the exact opposite face. Like if you have something on your left cheek, the guy in the mirror has it on his right cheek. So that's not you. It's not you in the mirror. It's somebody else. It's the polar opposite universe. It's the mirror universe. Whatever I meant.
So basically what you're saying is when you look in the mirror, what's looking back at you is somebody who looks exactly like Alex. That's kind of weird, bro. Alex, is it the same case with you?
Exactly.
When you look in the mirror, do you see a slave looking right back at you?
I see a dragon looking back at me. So I see a dog. No, all right, definitely not.
Fair enough.
Okay, interesting. Mr. Slave, do you still feel like your game is superior to the Manosphere game or whatever, to my game?
I told you, your game is not game. Not for me. Your game is Alex's game. It's not for me. For me, it's useless. Not useless, but certainly if I tell a girl, handcuffs, let me choke you, I would never say that because I would attract the polar opposite women that I want to attract. So your game is polar opposite game of mine. When I game women, it's You're beautiful. You're my princess. You're my baby. You're my angel. I love you. It's just pure positivity. It's pure compliments. It's pure niceness. It's pure. I always put them on a pedestal. That's the first line, and forever they're on a pedestal. And
well, hold on. Why don't you find a dominatrix who is turned on by submissive men? Like why are you with a dominatrix that's turned on by dominant men? That's like I said at the beginning, like that just means that it's completely hopeless for you and it's a frivolous endeavor because it's never going to happen. As opposed to if you had a dominatrix that was into submissive men, then yeah, you would have a chance. That would be the dynamic of your relationship. But that's not the case here.
Okay, so I am not submissive. Well, that's part of the theory.
He likes the fact that I'm not turned on by him.
Exactly. It's a fantasy for me to be submissive that I can never accomplish. When she does whatever she does to me, the worst thing she does to me, it tickles me. I need her to do much, much, much more, and it will forever tickle me.
So the absence of sex turns you on. So when you are having sex, what is it like? Or you just be like, oh, this is fucking terrible. I hate this shit. I'd rather just be not having sex right now. That turns me on more. Like, I'm so confused.
In a way, I mean, I'm trying to think of the times that I had sex with dominant women. I want to be my sexual pleasure. I mean, obviously, I want to be choked. That's the first thing. I need to be choked, or being choked is terrific while we have sex. I need to be told that I'm just a sex toy. I'm a sex slave. Anyway, I mean, the sex is terrific physically, but if it doesn't come with being submissive, being abused, and humiliated, then it loses the fun. It has to be, I mean, yeah, it has to be with humility. It doesn't have to be, but it's better if it comes with abuse, usage, humiliation, pain. A little bit is terrific. Choking is amazing. Just sex is almost boring to,
Okay, so have you ever like fantasized about having sex with your dominatrix though?
Trying to think, because I fantasize my fantasies. My life is full of fantasies. And I'm trying to think what I thought when I last fantasized about her. I think it was just being fantasized. I just fantasized about it. I have to just guess because I don't remember, but just being abused by her. I was just remembering being abused by her, and that just turned me on. That was my fantasy. What we did.
But you've never fantasized like putting your dick inside of her ever.
I don't think so. No.
I think you're just trying not to lose your dominatrix again.
Oh, I would be. I'm to be honest. I don't have a reason to lie. Why would
no, but you said that the ultimate goal, you're doing slave game down the line. Like you said, oh, I'm enjoying the journey. I'm enjoying the path that I'm on. And then the end destination, you said this earlier, is for you and her to be together. So what? When you and her are together, you don't have sex ever? Is that your ultimate destination?
She said no.
Okay, so you would be fine with you two being together, but never having sex.
It's difficult to judge. I mean, it's difficult to judge what. I mean, look, I enjoy being with her, taking care of her. I really enjoy her. Certainly enjoy her company. I enjoy talking to her. She brings so much to my life. Even this opportunity, even though I'm completely, hopefully, forever anonymous, this is not for me. I mean, it's fun. It's still fun to be on this podcast, talking to you, talking to Alex, talking to different people, debating. So she brings a lot to my life. She has so many, also the puppy, and I it's really terrific. I really enjoy it. It's part of my pastime. It's just positive for me. It's just full of positivity. I just enjoy being with her a lot. She's
Dominatrix, you're smiling. You look like you have something on your mind. Say it.
It's interesting. It's just interesting to me.
Are you buying what he's saying right now?
I mean, I kind of do because he legit just comes over, does my laundry, and that's it.
And then gets his head squeezed by your powerful thighs.
He asked too once. I chatted too once, and I didn't feel comfortable, and that was it. I don't do that. Yeah.
We want to try it with the hands. Maybe it will work. But she's afraid that I would die, so.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to kill anyone.
I don't have a problem with that. But...
Oh damn, dude!
Wait, but I thought you get turned on by women killing men.
Wait, you'd be cool.
So wouldn't that be the ultimate turn on if she squeezed your head so hard with her thighs that you died?
I won't do it though.
No,
that would be the ultimate turn on, wouldn't it, Mr. Slave? You look excited right now. I could see.
Mr. Slave, you'd be cool with just like dying. Like, that's pretty extreme.
I mean.
It'll be the most arousing, erotic experience of your life.
Yeah, but he's dead. He won't know.
Well, that's okay. It's a great way to die.
If you go to Pornhub and you watch some of these animations, the women squeeze the heads of the men until their heads blow up, like pop, and the brains blow out. And that's, for me, that's perfect. I mean, going out.
Yeah,
like
so
that,
she did that to you and your brain popped. How happy would you be? Scale of 1 to 10.
It's the best. Obviously, it would be difficult.
So, Dominatrix, you literally just have permission as long as you use your powerful thighs. You have Mr. Slave's permission to murder him. I just want to put that on record here.
Are the thighs that powerful? Have you been hitting the gym?
That you can pop his brain out of his skull. That's impressive.
Yeah.
I must say.
You need really a very strong woman to accomplish it. I don't think maybe it's possible. Maybe with really she would have to train a lot.
What are you training for? Oh, I'm just trying to pop my slave's head open. Okay. Yeah. We got a special workout. Hey, Kevin, you're a personal trainer. Maybe you can put something together.
I am. Yeah, so I can help you, Miss Dominatrix, with specifically you want to be working your hip adductors.
Really, really strong. It's really strong.
They are okay. You do the good girl machine a lot at the gym. You know what the good girl machine is and the bad girl machine?
I assume what you're talking about, the in and out.
Yeah.
Wait, so good girl machine?
Yeah, the good girl machine strengthens the inner part of your thigh, so she can produce a lot of power in squeezing your head till it pops.
Yeah.
Damn.
Maybe you should get that as a present for her. Get one of those at-home, squeeze exercises, and then she can just practice so that the next time you come over, she can squeeze her head even harder.
I suggested that she practice on my neck. She can practice and practice. I told her the first time I told her, this is great exercise, and it's also great for self-defense.
Yeah. You don't need a gym. Just use Mr. Slave's head and just, do that for multiple repetitions.
Yeah.
It's a win-win. You save money on a gym membership.
No. Yeah, wait.
I think she got upset and she left. Oh, never mind.
Well, the puppy is eating the rug. Puppy.
Mistress, are you gonna come on my speed dating show?
Your speed dating show?
Yeah.
I don't know if many guys are gonna be lined up to try to date a dominatrix.
Oh, I think quite a few guys will be down to take a shot.
Okay, that would be.
What if every guy that tried on the speed dating show showed up with a mask? Would that help?
I mean, I was like next.
A mask and a leash. You would just hit next. Okay.
I think it would actually be a very good learning experience for Mr. Slave because he can see what kind of game actually works on the mistress.
Yeah.
No, but Kevin, the mask is because I don't. I need to be anonymous. That's the reason for the mask. The mask has nothing to do with being a slave. I only put on the mask when the camera is on.
No one knew who I was until I put on the mask. This isn't a car.
Okay, I don't know this movie. They're recording.
Where's Harvey? It's the Dark Knight Rises.
I never watched.
It's Mr. Bane. Bane. Wait, why did I call him Mr. Bane? Bane. Yeah.
Wait, I thought that was Batman. No, wait. Maybe that was Bane. Why'd you do Bane in a Batman voice?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I fucked those up. It's been a while since I saw that. But
yeah, the wrong voice.
Those are tricky.
I am Gotham's reckoning. I can't do it.
I'll try it until I put on the mask.
Nobody knew. Yeah,
it's a tough voice.
It's tough.
It's a tough voice. Yeah.
First, I break your spirit, then your body.
I'm gonna break your spirit, and then I use my powerful thighs to pop your head wide open.
Be careful, Mr. Slave's getting a bit too turned on right now.
Oh shit!
What?
Don't bring out your collar, Alex. Don't you dare put it toward the screen. I don't even know. I don't even want to see what's gonna happen with Mr. Slave there. It's a good thing Mr. Slave's sitting down and not standing up. Kevin, we might end up seeing something we don't want to see.
Kevin, I don't get turned on by Alex at all.
Well, I'm glad to hear about that. That's the first good news I've heard so far.
But he's your mirror image.
No,
he's your twin flame.
I don't get turned on by men at all. I don't have any homosexual tendencies, even though in my fantasies I could be. It's called forced homosexuality. My fantasies are that sometimes I'm forced. Like if you talk about my fantasy with my mistress, so she could be banged, and she could tell me to lick the guy's dick or suck his dick, and even and have him come in my mouth and swallow it.
Oh, God. Dear God.
That turns me on.
Bro, I don't know if that makes you straight, man. I mean, look, I am pro LGBTQ plus, which is why we're having this conversation. I'm not kink shaming you or anything, bro. If you have fantasies of sucking dick, man, that's okay. It's all good.
No, again, in my fantasy,
You want to be forced to do it.
Exactly. Not even forced.
Not voluntary.
Right. It's not. I wouldn't do it on my own, but if it pleases her, then I would do anything. It doesn't matter what. It literally, he can poop in my mouth.
Oh. Oh man. Someone remind me again why I decided to do this instead of watching House of Dragon.
Please don't make me suck that dick, please. You're not gonna make me suck that dick, right? I'm gonna absolutely hate it. Please don't make me
whatever you do. No.
Whatever you do, please. That's gonna be the worst thing ever. Please don't make me suck the dick.
What if she wants you to fuck the dog? Would you do that?
No, the puppy actually loves me. It's unbelievable how much she loves me. It's incredible.
Puppy.
Yeah, she's my favorite puppy in the world.
Would you do it if that's what the dominatrix wanted? She's like, I want you to fuck the dog.
No. But that's not up for discussion because that we cannot have it. We cannot even have that. There's certain things that are I would say are not discussable. That's not discussable. That shouldn't be discussed.
Oh.
It's like a red line.
What the line is you being forced to suck dicks against your will?
I'm glad there is a line. That's good. Okay, interesting.
The red line, whatever my dom presents as the red line is the red line. So the puppy is a red line.
Oh, the puppy's a red line, but you being forced to suck dicks and have guys shit in your mouth isn't a red line.
Well, she never discussed it, but that's like in my fantasy. Certainly, that's what I do.
Oh, you do that in your fantasy?
Wait, but is it your fantasy is a reflection of your deep desires? Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you deep down, you desire to suck dick and have guys shit in your mouth.
If it's forced.
If it pleases her, I will do anything. She's my little baby. She's my princess. I worship her. I want her to be happy. I'll do anything.
Except
Literally,
what I tell you to do.
I try. I do my best. Today I separated the laundry. I used a lot of detergent.
I'm so heterosexually attracted to women that I'm willing to suck dick to prove it. That's that's. Oh God. Okay.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
no,
Can't you just say you're bisexual?
I'm not. I'm not attracted to men. Absolutely. Like
You just fantasize about sucking dicks when somebody forces you to suck the dick.
it's not forced. If it pleases my princess, I will do.
Then you'll do it willingly.
Basically, I would like if she would be upset that I'm not having a good time, then I would try and learn to enjoy it. I will do.
But she doesn't want you to have a good time. She's your dominatrix.
Well, whatever. I mean, I'll always try and walk between the raindrops to make her happy. She could change her mind on a dime. She could say, "Okay, now I want you to suffer. Now I want you to have a good time," and I would need to work with that. You know, she's like the ultimate boss that you know you can never please, and it doesn't matter what you do. They always want the opposite, but it's perfect. That's how she's perfect. It's like a little baby that you don't know what the baby wants. You do whatever you try to do your best to make the baby happy, and you're happy just trying to make a baby happy.
I don't know, man. Like I've never had a baby, but if I did have a baby and my baby like wanted me to suck a dick, I'd be like, yeah, sorry, kid, that's not gonna happen. You can go and cry.
Miss Dominatrix, I have a feeling, right? If you want to make your slave happy, a good little slave, you know, when I study psychology, you know, anybody who studies psychology knows that fantasies are a reflection of their deepest desires. So I think if you told Mr. Slave that him sucking dick and getting poop in his mouth from another man is gonna like make you happy, I think you'll be doing him a good service as his dominatrix to do that. Is this something that you're open to making him do now?
But he isn't doing anything correctly.
Sorry, say that again.
As if I were to reward him, yeah, but he's not doing anything correctly ever.
Damn.
So it would be a reward for him to go suck a bunch of dicks. I mean, where I come from, when somebody says, "Hey, congratulations, you get to suck dick," and you're like, "Yes," that usually means you're gay.
No. Okay, so my fantasy is not something I am ready to deal with to fulfill at this point in my life. Not yet. So if she would tell me right now to suck a dick, it would be very challenging.
But you would do it.
But you would do it.
If it would it please you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, not someone I'm seeing because I wouldn't want to touch the same dick that you did.
Maybe like a nice homeless guy or something.
Yeah, if we got like the mailman or something.
The mailman?
Yeah.
No, he's not worthy of the mailman. Start him off on a homeless guy. Maybe if he like does your laundry well, he can move on to the mailman.
Hey, you're going to the most difficult. That's like
the dirtier the better. Hey, anybody in the chat want to volunteer?
No, I don't think so.
Get a free blowjob from Mr. Slave.
Anyway, Kevin, I wanted to ask you.
Not exactly the kind of game I'm trying to teach Kevin, but you know, to each their own. Go ahead, dude.
Kevin,
Statistically, hold on. There's 170 guys watching right now. Statistically, at least like one or two of them are probably closeted gay. So one or two of them. Look, you could be anonymous. Just DM Mr. Slave on Instagram. What was your DM? What's your Instagram, Mr. Slave?
It's complicated. It's humiliated toy boy.
Okay, so just at humiliated toy boy, say, hey, I volunteer as tribute. Say those exact words. They'll know exactly what you mean, and then they'll set it up, right?
Okay, but this is not something I look forward to.
No, you have to have them DM me, and then Tim select their bid. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds great. So what is your Instagram?
NYC Findom.
Okay, well there you go. Message NYC Findom. Say I volunteer as tribute, and then
The only condition is you're not allowed to take a shower for a week.
Wait, but would you really?
The dirtier you are, the better.
Do it.
Also, ideally, you're not circumcised either.
Oh god, graphic now. I'm gonna fucking throw up my dinner. Hey Kevin, you want to hear another plot twist that we discovered during the last stream? Apparently,
Sure.
Mistress has a boyfriend.
I remember seeing that in the last stream.
You're not anymore.
So how do you feel about? Oh, so you're single now.
Yeah.
So Mr. Slave has a chance. Is that
Oh wait,
that's what
how
you're
did
saying?
that happen? That was like a month ago.
I know.
Did he see the stream or something? He's like, fuck this shit, I'm out of here.
No, I broke up with him.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't getting.
Why? He wasn't. Wait, no. You said you like dominant men. He wasn't dominant enough.
He was dominant. I wasn't getting enough attention.
Oh, okay. Isn't that part of being dominant though? Like the dynamic between you and Mr. Slave is kind of that way, isn't it?
No, there's like the concept of like aftercare and shit. So like, I guess that's what was missing.
I don't know. I don't know.
Interesting.
Tell the truth. One day he showed up to your house with a mask on and a leash after he saw these streams, and he's like, "Oh,
Mr. Slave is rising up in the ranks. It seems.
Yeah, you got a shot now, bro. Maybe you had a point that this is like the ultimate form of gain." You did call it out. I will say this: you did call it out in that last stream that I saw. You said, "Oh, he's." What'd you say? He's on his way out or something?
Know it or something? Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't accepted.
Whoa. All right. Hey, maybe Mr. Slave is playing some 3D chess here. Maybe you'll get the best of both worlds. You'll be able to one day get in her pants, and then also, if you're lucky, she'll force you to suck some dicks too.
If I'm lucky, I don't view it as lucky at this point. I mean, for me to shoot, apparently she says that she would enjoy it, so yeah, I would do it. If you ask me, would you want me to enjoy it while I do it, or
I want to do what you don't enjoy.
Oh, then terrific. Yeah, I'll really hate it. I guess I'll have a chance to suck dick. So
Oh.
Would you want him to come?
We're helping you discover so many sides of yourself in this stream today, Mr.
Oh,
Slave.
wait. So wait, she said. So I asked her, "Would you like him to come in my mouth?"
Oh.
So what
I said all over his face.
Oh, okay.
That's a mental image I'm not going to get out of my head for a while.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he have to keep the mask on?
No mask. No gloves. Straight all over his face.
Oh wait. This is the ultimate test. Oh, this is the ultimate test, Mr. Slave. Would you prefer getting some random dude to blam on your face with your mask on or with your mask off?
No, but as long as she's enjoying my pain, that is really perfect. I mean,
No, that's not the question. Would you rather have your mask on or mask off when that happens?
The mask has nothing to do with being a slave. The mask is just for the camera. I get that. But would you rather have your mask on or mask off when your dominatrix forces another guy to blam on your face? It's her choice. It's whatever she tells me to do.
But like, which do you prefer though?
It's meaningless. I mean, of course I prefer with the mask, which is why she's doing it.
Okay, there you go. No, that's fine. Because if he was saying, "Oh, I definitely want the mask off," then that just means he's definitely secretly gay. Because the mask is probably going to protect you, right, from the
Look, you have to believe me.
from the fluids.
I'm much more closeted than a gay person. I mean, it doesn't make any sense for me to be in the closet as a gay, but to be out of the closet as a sub. Being a sub is a much more. It's much more in the closet. The closet for subs is much more difficult to be in than the closet for homosexuals. The fact that I'm out of the closet, I'm not even out of the closet.
I'm sorry. This is the goat comment I've ever seen. Okay. Sorry. That was just hilarious. All right.
Someone said, "Can Mistress order him around on camera?"
Sure. You want me to undo?
I don't know.
Can you make him walk around like a dog and say bark bark?
Get on your knees. Can they see?
I don't think so. No, they can't speak.
Bark.
Ho ho.
Here, hold this.
Whoa! Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Have him do roll over.
This is
Bark. Bark like
How?
that's not how you bark. Bark like a dog. Ruff.
Oh, rough.
There you go. Anything else?
I'm dead.
good boy. Good boy. I think Mr. Slave deserves a treat now for being a good boy.
What a treat.
That the dog treat.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Eat it.
How's the dog treat? Tastes good?
Yeah, anyway. Give me back your
Oh my god!
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I feel like we just started some weird like chain. Because for you and I, Alex, it's just normal, but it's just funny. But in a way, we were.
Part of me is laughing harder than I've ever laughed, but part of me also feels so bad. I don't even know. I have such mixed emotions right now.
I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked more than anything. But hey, man, that's what he signed up for,
Okay.
right?
This actually might be better than House of Dragons, I will say.
Bro, this is.
I
love you too, man. I love the internet. Just the people that you meet on the internet, bro. Holy fuck.
Yeah, you gotta love. Like I shit on technology all the time, but like you gotta love technology.
Oh boy. Okay, so let's talk about Miss Dominatrix. Let's talk about you. So now that you're single, what are your plans? Are you out on the dating market? Are you secretly looking for another submissive guy? Have you changed your mind? Do you still like dominant men?
Yeah, I'm attracted to dominant men. I'm attracted to men, and to me, a man is masculine, and to me, dominance is a masculine trait. To me.
So you don't look at Mr. Slave as a man, then?
No.
I mean, he was literally just barking and eating dog treats.
Do you look at him at least as like a male dog, though?
Or like a gender-neutral dog?
A gender-neutral. He's not even allowed to have the title of male.
It's a whore.
He's a whore that doesn't get laid.
I mean,
or maybe he does. I don't know.
He does. You don't keep your cage on for shit. You suck.
But she's complaining that I'm not a good slave. Like I got a cage, a chastity cage, a steel chastity cage, and
holy shit!
And he took it off.
Right.
Cool.
I took it off. I mean, the first time I had to take it off because I woke up at night. It was just pinching on my testicles, on my balls, just too much.
But that's the whole point.
I was afraid it would cause long-term damage. So I had to wait.
He'll die, but you won't cause damage. He'll die from it. You won't endure damage.
Yeah, that is a little contradiction there, Mr. Slave. You know, if you're willing to die, you know, you should be willing to. A little testicular damage should be nothing.
Bad slave, bad.
Like you don't die from it, but you can't endure.
She's got a point there.
Yeah, it's a good point, but I mean, I'm her slave. I'm her property. I don't want the property to be damaged. I need.
It's fine. I'm in the cage. It means stored in the cage.
Right. So the first time we used the medium ring around the whole shaft and testicles, and it really crushed everything. And I woke up in the middle of the night with really significant pain. So I had to break the lock because I don't have the keys. She has all the keys. So I was able somehow to break the lock, and I took it off.
Wait, so you have that thing around you like all day?
Mistress, I think you got to get a more sturdy one. Don't get one made in China. Get like a good American one that's like made from like U.S. steel and shit.
It shuts you off. So you have to wait for
If we have enough of the chat, send super chats.
Yeah, can we start a GoFundMe?
We can use the super chat money to fund something that's going to be comfortable for Mr. Slave.
Yeah, can we start a GoFundMe to get a really strong, like bulletproof cage for Mr.
But
Slave?
he had a good steel cage, and it would work on a sub, someone who's willing to do that. I have other slaves who are chastity slaves that will keep it on for months.
Ooh, wait, does that make you a bit jealous, Mr. Slave, that she has other slaves too?
I'm trying to get her other slaves. That's the point of me being here, us being here. I'm trying to promote her as an internet personality, as an internet dom.
But what if she starts to pay attention more to some other slaves more than you? What happens then?
I'm doing my best that this should not happen. Anytime she needs me, I immediately drop everything and I come over and, you know, do the laundry and take care of the puppy and you know, the rest of it. And lately, we started also fixing her shoes and her clothes, and you know, going to what do you call the place where I guess the dry cleaners were. You know, anyway, I'm trying to diversify taking care of her as much as possible.
Okay.
So that I'm trying to make it so that there's no more room for competitors. But I am trying to get her other paying slaves.
I think there's probably some potential future slaves in the audience right now.
Yeah.
Statistically, there should be like one or two, you know.
Coach White.
Like I said before, Coach White. I know the perfect guy that will become a slave for you.
Wait, Coach White is a submissive? You know that?
No,
yeah. He's no. He's a submissive. Yeah, he's definitely a submissive. I think you should reach out to Coach Whitebill and be like, "Hey, I heard that you want to be a submissive. So here's my mommy," and then start a group chat between you and your dominatrix, and just let it go from there.
I mean, he's not in the country, right? He left the country.
How do you know so much about Coach Whitebill?
I'm like a really big fan of the channel.
I watch,
okay.
I watch your channel and I watch Alex. I watch John. I watch all of you guys and Hayden. And
how do you have time for your job? You're watching all these pickup videos. You're doing so much laundry. Like, how do you even have time for your day job?
Which is interesting because he watches your channel to learn from your channel, but he says he does a better job doing it his way. But why still watch his channel?
There's a lot of fascinating psychological things at play here.
I could understand why someone like you would be a huge fan of Coach Whitepill, but I don't understand why you'd be a big fan of Alex or myself.
I haven't seen Coach Whitepill's content except for the controversy with you. I don't know what his game is. I don't know his game. I know.
His game is pretty similar to yours, except he only likes Asian girls.
What do you mean similar?
And
to
instead of a black mask, he wears a white one.
no.
He wears a white one, and then on top of that, he wears a whole banana suit.
No one knew who I was until I put on the banana outfit.
Oh boy.
No one knew who I was until I became a banana.
Oh boy.
I'll stop laughing at him. I mean, this is bad. How many slaves do you have, mistress?
Currently 3.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, I have.
Well, we'll get
in
we'll
my-
get you a 4th.
I have a bunch in my inbox that want to. I just don't have enough chores to do. To be honest, like, what else is there to do?
I don't know. Maybe you can,
Make one of them make your current slave suck one of the other one's dick. That's the chore. See? Hey.
They all have social anxiety, so they don't like seeing other people.
Well, they don't have to see. Just blindfold them or something.
That's
They don't have to see each other.
That's exactly my point. I mean, I can thank Alex and John for getting rid of my anxiety. I was really in deep trouble with my anxiety. I probably was not even able to order pizza on the phone. I was in really bad shape, and I was watching, and just at the end of COVID, I was starting to learn about Alex and John's pickup, and it really saved me from this anxiety. I became like a totally different person.
That's good to hear, man.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. I am curious. How did my content help you? Like, which part of my content did you start doing?
Let me first go even further.
Ollie.
Wait, why did Kevin go?
He just has to go to the bathroom, but you can keep going. I'm listening.
I wasn't. I mean, I was completely red pill. I was a TFM fan, a Turd Flinging Monkeys fan.
Okay.
And because of him, so he introduced me. At that, I don't want to disclose anything about myself. So, anyway, so he introduced me. So TFM introduced me to MGTOW, men going their own way.
Okay.
The philosophy that really you can live a perfectly productive life and happy life without women, period. So I tried that, and you know, that's where I was when, by sheer coincidence, because a friend of mine was trying pickup, and I gave him pointers, and I was able to help him. So he kept on asking questions. So I ended up going online and studying pickup just to help him. I was picked out. I was just trying to help him as a friend to pick up women. And that's how I was introduced to the pickup community, and to you, Alex, and to John. And really, John was the breakthrough to break me out of MGTOW and to believe that, well, wait, there are good women out there. You just, they exist. It's a lie. What the red pill says, that all women are the same.
Did they say that?
Yes. It's terrible.
What do they say? Women are the same about what?
Women are gold diggers, and women will if you're always playing with fire, literally, because at any point she can accuse you of rape, and it's her word against yours, and you're gone. Your life is over, whether you're right or wrong. There is, of course, an element of truth to that, but as Alex pointed out in this debate with TFM, statistically, it's like being hit by lightning. Anyway, TFM was traumatized because anyway.
So you're saying you're a MGTOW success story.
Yeah.
So
if you left
any guy. Oh, okay. So all right. So any guy that is MGTOW and then so the next level above MGTOW, like once you're done MGTOW, is to become a slave.
Right, I actually wrote a letter to TFM. He never replied, and Alex got a copy.
Oh, I did? Wait, can you read the letter? I'm curious. What's on the letter?
You can bring it up. You just search humiliate tour boy gmail.com. I sent you an email and you.
Okay. Let me see if I can find it. It was in my email.
Yeah, it should be in your email. We started out at.
Okay, let me see if I can find it.
Ali.
Okay.
Okay, I found it.
Wow.
Just make sure there's nothing personal. I think I made sure.
Okay. Let me double check.
Yeah. There should be nothing personal there.
No, there's nothing there. I just looked.
Okay. Yeah, we can bring it up. It's an interesting letter. Like it could be an open. Might as well be an open letter because it's an invitation for a debate, discussion with TFM. I think I deserve. It's a minimal courtesy. I deserve his response.
Well, I don't think you're entitled to anyone's response, but okay, I'm a longtime follower of your content.
No. He destroyed my life, and he claims to save men's lives.
How did he destroy your life?
The fact that he took many years of my life and made me a MGTOW. Look, this is a much better life for me. He took this pleasure away from me. And this is what I wrote to him. Let's read.
Okay, hi TFM. I'm a longtime follower of content, watching your videos. I became convinced this is a good idea for me to go MGTOW, but after a few years, I've come to regret it. 2 months ago, I decided to offer to become a sex slave to the beautiful little angel. She accepted my humble offer. That's me. She is abusing in the pictures below. I would love to invite you to a friendly discussion on the topic of pros and cons of MGTOW versus Femdom. My beautiful goddess and I will be there representing Femdom. Alex from Playing File Post. If you guys agree to host a discussion, this is my latest. I really hope you agree to come. I can also. Oh, okay. This is just basically like a debate challenge. Yeah, he might have thought you were trolling or something, honestly.
I sent it twice. I sent it also to Halsey, which is his co-host on his on their bi-weekly podcast, whatever. Well,
Chris, I just had $1 million idea for you. Okay, get more slaves and then rent out your slaves to other chicks for like, I don't know, $100 or something like that a week. And then you can have a bunch of like rent a slave, basically.
Profit.
Yes.
Who's gonna rent a slave though?
Oh, there's a few girls in the chat who are asking.
For a slave?
Yeah, they want to rent a slave.
You want this one?
I guess, but you kind of said that he sucks at laundry, so I don't know.
Okay.
She never said he was a good slave. Just a slave.
Just a slave.
Still free.
Rent a slave.
Oh no, it wouldn't be a slave anymore if you have to pay for it, right?
Let's see if rentaslave.com exists. I'm gonna search for that.
Please.
Rentaslave.com. Okay,
we're getting canceled for this.
Oh, it doesn't exist. We can register the domain name. Rentaslave.com.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Guys, let's start a business. Me, Alex, dominatrix lady. Let's start a rent a slave business.
But all the slaves have to be white, so no one gets the wrong idea.
Yeah, see, we already have investors.
Yeah.
Look, we already have people saying that they'll sign up for it.
That's terrific.
Controversial question: does she only have white slaves?
Ali.
Does she only have? Coincidentally, at the moment, yes. No, for no reason.
So you would accept black slaves?
Yeah, I have.
Despite all that they've been through.
No, we can't have any black slaves on rentaslave.com. People are going to get the wrong idea and think that this is like a racist thing, which we don't want to be associated with. So only white slaves. Maybe like an Asian or two. I don't know.
Give it to her.
But no black slaves.
I was about to make a joke that would have gotten us canceled. Can I say it? Can I say it?
I don't know. I'm kind of nervous because it's on my stream. Probably not. Probably not.
I think it's not. It's not.
Is it about race or is it about something else?
Well, it's about. It has to do with slavery.
Yeah, probably better than you don't. Let's not open up that can of worms.
I think it. Yeah. Shit. I really want to say it. Fuck.
No, just tell me offline. Tell me offline.
Okay.
We have another theory that we wanted to present.
Yeah, go
I'll put it in
ahead.
the private chat.
Okay.
So about cucking, let me ask both of you, or even somebody in the chat. Anybody can come up with a theory. Why are some men literal cucks?
I need to grab her.
Okay. Meaning, why do some men fantasize about watching or enjoy watching even their wives being even canceled?
We're totally gonna get canceled if I said that.
You could not say that shit. No fucking way.
Well,
It's-
It's interesting because it's. I feel like
Go ahead.
Dude, now the chat's gonna be dying. Like, what did he say?
Oh,
What did
no,
he say?
not on my stream. Go ahead. Keep talking about your theory.
not with just slaves, but in general straight men too. They enjoy watching porn of women getting fucked by multiple men. Typically black men actually too, because
Right.
they have they're notorious for big dicks. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if either of you two have that fetish, but
Of getting fucked by big black men?
No, having your girl get fucked by a big black man.
yeah, watching porn of a woman being fucked by two black guys.
No.
Does it have to be two specifically? Well, I'm also like low key a nofap channel, so you know.
Yeah, same here. I generally, I mean, I'm not a nofap, but like I generally don't like to watch porn.
Yeah.
Wait, so what's your theory? What's the theory again? Why are men into cucking?
Wait, so let's do it minimal Aristotelian. So try to come up
Okay,
with
first of all, it's not Aristotelian, it's aristocratic. Okay, so
I think he means Aristotelian,
I
right?
think
As in
it's
like
the
Aristotle.
Socratic method, but okay.
it's the aristocratic method.
I think it's the Socratic method. I think that's
Yeah, because if you're saying Aristotelian, that means like empiricism, like science type based. Usually,
Okay, no. I meant
I cover philosophy a lot on my channel, so
yeah. So
yeah, I think you mean Socratic.
Socratic.
Yes.
Okay,
the Socratic method.
I'm better with the names of philosophers. Okay, so
No, that's cool. That's cool.
So minimal Socratic. So you can come up, or anybody in the chat can come up. I'll start explaining our theory.
Our theory?
Yeah, we discussed it together.
What is it?
Slave theory.
What?
No, this is a cuck theory.
Slave theory.
So what's the theory? Let's get into it.
Okay, so the theory is this. So what is a man telling his wife or partner? Let's say it's a wife, just to simplify it. What is a husband telling?
Okay, sure.
Right? What is a husband telling his wife when he is pleasuring himself while watching her pleasuring herself, getting I don't know what word I can't say. Not without the word gang. Gang is not allowed. Which word would
No, you can say anything. I just
Say
didn't
it,
want Kevin
yeah.
to make his joke, but you can say anything.
Oh, okay. So he's watching. So a white. Let's take the most extreme. A white husband is pleasuring himself, watching his white wife pleasuring herself by
Two black guys.
right getting even double dipped, completely double dipped, meaning two.
Or just like one in
Yeah,
like one getting fucked and the other one in her.
in her mouth. I mean, she could do really. For me, the fantasy is as many men as possible inside her, as many holes of hers as possible. She's enjoying it completely, and the husband is enjoying himself watching. Right, he's enjoying watching. So what is he telling her? He's watching, and she sees him watching and enjoying himself, and she is enjoying herself. Yet this is a couple. What are they telling each other? What is the conversation? The subliminal or subtext or so what is the conversation? The psychological conversation. It's a psychosexual conversation. Implicit conversation that is taking place. No one is aware of it because no one discusses this. But there is a conversation going on. They're telling each other something very deep, very meaningful. It's a very meaningful, very Emotional experience. So what is the conversation?
I have no idea. I've never been.
I mean, like,
And let me just
yeah, I don't know.
Are you asking me to guess?
Oh, let me
Yeah.
just but let me just finish the question. Let me just put some topping on the question.
Okay.
So Kevin's channel is NoFap. So Kevin is sinning to men, just like TFM. Kevin is the mirror image of TFM.
How dare you?
Are you saying he's like the same like TFM, or is he the opposite?
Wait, TFM's the one that like fucks
He's the
sex
one that's
dolls,
like
right?
banging like a robot. Yeah.
Oh no. The chat's gonna roast me now.
I don't know. Anyway, so
Kevin Ray Wilder exposed. Secretly fucks sex dolls.
anyway, and this is why porn is so addictive, and really, it's really very important. We'll come back to this. It's another theory. We'll come back to it. Okay, so come up with a theory. Why is cucking such a deep and meaningful implicit conversation, psychosexual experience, very deep, very meaningful between a couple? Whoa, what's going on? What are they saying to each other? What is not being said? What is being transmitted?
Is the implication that what you're
I've never
doing
really
is
thought
similar to
that much.
cuckolding?
Yeah, I've never really thought that much about like what happens between a guy, his wife, and two black guys. But my speculation is that this has to do with like low self-esteem on the guy's part. So he thinks he's not good enough for his woman, and he feels that getting cucked basically like plays into his low self-esteem. It's like a form of getting bullied. I don't know. That's kind of my theory, but I've never looked into this.
Wait, but why are you bringing it up? Is it because you're saying your situation's similar?
Yeah, because he's saying that he thinks that the reason why people enjoy that, or like a husband would get pleasure out of seeing his wife being pleasured by two completely different men that aren't him, is because he is showing her his devotion to her by saying that you can do no wrong in my eyes.
Exactly.
Yeah, but isn't that different though? Because the husband has probably fucked the wife at some point, but you've never fucked her.
Yeah, I don't know. Like my mom told me that my grandpa was really devoted to my grandma. I just cannot imagine my grandpa having two black guys over to fuck my grandma. So I don't know.
It's the ultimate expression of love, obviously.
I should call. Hey, mom, you know how you said that grandpa was really devoted to grandma? Let me ask you this question.
So, I mean, but that is ultimate devotion, right? I mean, otherwise,
Just like self-esteem issues to me.
no, it's just the opposite. It's exactly the opposite, because like if you have high self-esteem, it's like, again, playing with a baby, playing with a puppy that bites you. You're never going to react to the puppy because it can never hurt you. You can never react to a princess like this because it can never hurt you.
You're also not going to have two black guys over to fuck your baby or fuck your puppy. I mean, like, I don't see that.
No, you're confusing the allegory. You're confusing. No. But
Rhaegar, you're in for a treat tonight.
no, what the husband is telling. Look, the husband has perfect self-esteem, so much that the husband is telling the wife, that's how much of a rock my love is to you, and that is how much self-esteem I have. That look at how strong I am. That's how reliable I am. So much so that you can literally get gang banged in front of my eyes, and they can come all over you and all over me. I don't care.
There's Mr. Slave's fantasies coming out into the open
If
again.
that's devotion, then I don't never want to be devoted to anyone in my life.
Don't you think that's more a matter of perversion? Like if you're just having like vanilla sex with your wife all the time, and then you're just like, oh, I want to spice things up a bit. I don't know.
I'm pretty devoted to Natty, but if she's like, yo, babe, can we have two black guys come on your face? I'm like, I'm out. Just like, fuck off.
It just depends on the person, right? For you, you'd be against it, but I think Mr. Slave would be like, hell yeah, let's do it.
My point
If
is,
that means I'm insecure, then I'll take it.
exactly. if that
What? So because Alex won't let two black guys come on his face, that means he's insecure.
yes, that's exactly what it means. I'm not.
Shit. I guess I'm insecure too then. Fuck.
Put a 1 in the chat if you're insecure.
Yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you're insecure, guys.
Look, I can.
If you're secure, put a 2.
Look, I can tell you. This is what goes on in my mind when I fantasize about hucking. That is what goes on, and I don't want to say. I don't know what goes on in my mind. I just enjoy it, but that's my theory. That's what's going on, and
Yeah, that's an interesting theory. I think you're completely dead wrong, though. I think there's nothing that's not a sign of being devoted. That's a sign of having some weird fetish or self-esteem issue, and that's how it manifests through wanting your wife to get banged by a bunch of random dudes. But yeah,
no. I mean,
A question from the audience. I didn't ask this. Somebody else did. What's the answer?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, but
I feel like that would make Mr. Slave happy though, considering what he's talking about right now.
that's why she doesn't want to do it.
Ah, fair.
He hasn't earned that yet.
He hasn't earned it. What does Mr. Slave have to do to earn that privilege?
Anything that I tell him to do.
So if if he's a good slave, then there's a chance that you'll let him watch.
Like maybe if he was. Yeah.
I didn't hear that part. Maybe when what?
Cage in the corner.
He's
maybe
in the corner.
in a cage, in a physical cage.
Well,
In
I
the
have a pretty diverse audience. Is there any two black guys in the chat that want to go over and fulfill this fantasy?
I mean, I'm not getting banged.
All right, so just by one guy that you're like really attracted to. You know what? You can find that guy through our speed dating show. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a speed dating show to find a guy to fulfill Mr. Slave's fan. As a thank you, Mr. Slave, for providing this entertainment. We got you, bro. We got you.
PW,
Dominatrix, are you down?
Dating service. Anything ranging from going out and getting laid a lot to having a black guy come over and bang your girl.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like my first commercial on TV.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up another theory if you guys are interested.
Yeah, I love these theories. So go ahead.
Okay, so my next theory, it goes back to why porn is so addictive.
Okay.
So my theory is that porn is addictive because the brain actually needs it. So porn is actually a form of meditation and self-discovery, right? So when you watch porn, you're always searching. As you're watching, you're always, like everybody says, you're always looking for the next thing to turn you on. Yeah, you are searching your feelings. You are searching in the dark for what turns you on. You're curious about your wiring, your internal wiring. And every time you discover something, it's like it's a form of meditation. It's a form of, let me try this, let me try that. Maybe like a few years ago, I would never have thought that sucking somebody's dick, I would do it and it would somehow fit into. I'm sorry.
For a straight guy, you talk about sucking dick awful.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like we weren't even talking.
As a fellow straight guy, I think I've talked about sucking dick like a grand total of 0 times in the last like fucking decade. But I don't know.
We're helping Mr. Slave discover himself in this stream.
Anyway, so that's the theory. That's why NoFap is doomed. That's one of the reasons. I mean, obviously, it's so much fun. Porn is so terrific. But why is it terrific? So I think it's there. I mean, and I think it's important. It's important to watch porn and to fantasize and to always go, as they say, deeper into the rabbit hole. This rabbit hole that people always they say, this is why you should not watch porn. No. You should watch porn to go down the rabbit holes in your mind to find out what else turns you on that
Okay.
you haven't.
Well, you think going down
So
the
if
rabbit hole
everybody,
is a good idea until you get to a point where like you're fucking fantasizing about having your head squeezed open and your brain pop? Like, you
well,
think that's a
not
good
just
rabbit hole
that,
to go
it's
down?
also like what you said earlier. So if we were to say, oh, well, this is a good thing, we should encourage porn for everybody, and then inevitably it leads to them getting turned on by watching videos of men being killed by women because the women squeeze the shit out of their heads with their thighs.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
largely like pro porn because I've like
I don't know. I
this is
have a feeling that's probably not going to be very good for society if
yeah.
that
Like,
turned every
I
single
don't think
guy
going
on.
down the porn rabbit hole is in any way good for the human brain. I think that's horrible actually for the human brain because then you for exhibit A, yeah.
Look, so I don't think it's proper to say what's good for society. I mean, fuck society. I mean, I gave enough to society, and society fucked me in the ass enough, and I don't want to hear again about society. Oh, sorry. So I don't care about society. I care about my well-being and my fellow men and women's well-being.
Well, that's society right there, sir.
What?
You just said my fellow men and women well-being. Well, that's society right there. Men and women together.
Yeah.
Society.
I don't care about like you telling me, well, it's not good for society if men go down the rabbit hole and discover that they want to get their heads squeezed by women. I enjoy getting my head squeezed by women, and I'm a very productive member of society. I'm a very nice person. I work very hard. I do everything. So you're not, and even if I didn't, I don't care about society. It's not. Society can go fuck itself. I mean, we're right. So that's not a good argument. I mean, so I mean, for you as a no-fap Kevin, for you as a no-fap channel, I think you should tell men no. There is a time and place for masturbating, for watching porn, and for going down the rabbit hole. Just, also remember to go out of your house once in a while, see the sunlight, go to the gym, meet women, don't become addicted, even though it is addictive. Manage the addiction, but know that going down the rabbit hole is important and you should do it.
So I should encourage my audience to watch.
Saying though, like,
Hold on.
heroin, but don't do heroin too much. Just like once in a while, once a week, maybe.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But like, try not to get addicted to heroin because we all know it's addictive. But
So I should tell my audience like, oh, just watch a little bit of porn, and then maybe one day, if you're lucky, you'll turn out like Mr. Slave.
No, I was like this. I mean, I was always like this. Nothing. Porn didn't change. I just discovered who I am. I mean, thinking back to what I was when I was 20, I was basically like this. I think it's difficult to know, but I think I've always been like this. I mean, I'm not saying porn. I don't think porn. I've watched many types of porn. Certain types don't turn me on. Certain types do turn me on. To tell me that porn changed me, I don't think so. I mean, I watched like dominant men. Every time I've watched dominant men and submissive women, it always turned me off. It always turns me off. That's not changing. So
no, I get it. It's your fetish. It's your king. But I don't know, man. Like, I feel like porn is, and I'm generally pro porn, but I think going down the porn rabbit hole is probably not the best thing for your brain or anyone's brain. But yeah, I guess I can see that your point that like maybe watching porn could be a good way to like discover what you're into.
Yeah.
Like I can grant that argument, but then like I feel like if you go too far down the rabbit hole, you just become into shit that like no girl even wants to do, and then you're just like so perverted you can't even like have normal sex.
Again, you see again, you go all the way and say, oh, society, no women, fuck those women that don't fit into my fantasy.
That's like 99.9% of women.
I don't care.
Like most women.
I don't care. 99% of however many billions of people walk this earth, there's a few that will fit, hopefully, and if not, not. But I need to discover myself. Telling someone, don't discover yourself because you're not going to find someone who will fit once you discover yourself. No. That's bad advice. The advice should be discover yourself, know yourself.
So I have a counter to that because this comment I think is true. It says porn actually changed your taste. So we all know who Hugh Hefner is, right? I'd imagine. So Hugh Hefner, you know, he was like banging like the hottest chicks for like most of his life, right? So apparently, and you know, always watching porn, all this other types of stuff. So apparently by the end of his life, he had just had so many sexual experiences and stuff. He just wanted something new and novel that he would actually like watch gay porn and watch it with the women he was banging. So
you don't know
by,
that.
no, hold on. By your logic, that means that he was secretly gay this entire time. I think a better argument is that he almost got like overstimulated sexually by watching too much weird shit. And then like by the end of his life, the only thing left that was like new and novel to him was like gay porn. I don't think that necessarily meant that he was actually gay.
I didn't know that about Hugh.
Yeah, it's known. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense because, I mean, according to you, he arbitrarily what? I mean, explain to me the mechanics. What happened? He was forced to watch gay porn and he became gay? That's what you're implying.
No,
I didn't say that I didn't say that he became gay, but he started to watch gay porn. And I'd imagine usually when you watch porn, you said this yourself, porn is sort of what you watch is an implication of what you want to do, right? It's your sexual fantasies realized on a screen.
Yeah,
so that's going to be reflective of the things you actually desire that you want to do. So I'm saying Hugh Hefner probably did in a way.
Hold on. Let me clean up the phrasing. Porn is running a simulation. Well, what is a fantasy? You're running a simulation in your mind, and you're seeing what turns you on, right? Your mind, as part of the simulation, gets turned on, and you see, oh, this turns me on. Well, it's self-discovery. It's just meditation with added, input. But at the end of the day, it's just meditation. Porn is just meditation. So stop shaming porn because you're wrong. It's addictive. Don't do 12 hours, 24 hours of meditation a day. Also, it's not good to become addicted to anything.
Yeah, but meditation is difficult. It's not something that like it's not like just this easy practice to do. You have to set aside time and whatever, right? Even though you don't want to do it, you do it anyway.
Yes.
Porn is something where you're just like, I really want to watch porn, and then you just start watching it. So it's like it's different. It's not a form of meditation.
Fine. It is a form of meditation that is pleasurable, unlike normal meditation that is less.
Yeah, this comment is true right here. This is kind of my feelings as well. No, porn creates a chase analogy through overstimulating your dopamine receptors. If you only do it a little, no biggie. But if you're excessive, your brain down regulates dopamine receptors. That's very true. If you do it once in a while, like it's fine. But yeah, like if you do it a lot, your dopamine receptors just get numb, and that's why you get more and more intense shit until you get to a point where you're watching gay porn.
That's why, for me personally, I started to do NoFap. I'll tell you really quickly. No, I have like actual anecdotal proof of this of NoFap being good and effective. I remember I hooked up with this girl, and she was beautiful, right? Totally my type, but I just wasn't. I was like into it, but it was just weird. In the back of my mind, I was like, oh, this isn't like porn, And that was the first time in my life that like sort of happened. It didn't happen previously. For me, I always had this attachment of when I was stressed out, I would watch porn, and I was in a very stressful period of my life. And so the fact that happened, I was like, oh fuck, and then she didn't want to see me again because obviously I didn't, do a good job because I was like not turned on because I had so much. I was watching porn all the time. And then from that point, I was like, oh shit, I got to fix this problem. And then so I did 30 days of complete NoFap hard mode. And then I was able to like fix it like that, where my relationships with women were like normal again, Okay. So in a way for me, deleting porn from my life definitely helped my relationship with women a ton.
Okay.
And I think a lot of guys have a similar experiences of that. There's this movie called Don John. I don't know if you've seen it, but
Kevin,
movies
Kevin.
are based on people's experiences. So go ahead.
Okay. I'm not saying that it's not addictive. It is. I'm just saying there is a time and a place. Don't overdo it. Don't destroy your dopamine system. But go, yes, go down the rabbit hole of porn and figure out all the corners that are hiding that you're afraid of yourself, afraid of facing. Face your true nature. Face yourself. Learn, study yourself. Meditate. Porn is meditation. Figure everything out. Don't overdo it. That's besides the point. Of course, it's addictive. Be careful. Be aware.
But the fact that it's addictive, we have to put that into account. It's just like what Alex said. It's like, oh, well, heroin's good to relieve pain, so just do it, but don't get addicted, bro. It's like you're almost guaranteed to be addicted. You are. And that's why porn is so destructive and hard for guys to quit, because it is so addictive.
You don't have evidence that heroin is addictive more than alcohol, as far as I know.
What? Are you saying you don't think heroin is more addictive than alcohol? Is that your claim?
Well, you said you don't have evidence that heroin is more addictive than alcohol. You're welcome to present that evidence. As far as I know,
heroin is like the most addictive drug on the planet, bro.
Yeah. And even so, we're not talking about alcohol.
Anyway, it's totally besides the point. We can have. I just happen to have heard a podcast this week from an expert on addiction. You can look it up. I forgot. It's one I can.
I don't think we need to debate about whether heroin is addictive or not. Heroin is extremely addictive.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back.
No, it's not. No. A guy just wrote a book and he was on a podcast. I'll send
Dr. Carl Hart. I know who you're talking about.
A random guy on a podcast is not going to convince me that.
No. I know who he's talking about. It's the black guy with dreads, right? Dr. Carl Hart.
I don't know. It's a podcast that I just listened to.
Yeah, so for him, he said, like, in moderate doses when in certain situations.
No, with mice in the lab, with all the controls. Heroin is not as more addictive than alcohol, as far as I know. As far as he said,
heroin is a lot more addictive. There's a lot of people who casually drink, but there's not a lot of people who casually do heroin. Actually, there's no people who casually do heroin.
That's a good point.
I don't know. Anyway, my point is, I know porn is very addictive. No one knows it more than me. Of course, it's very addictive. I'm just saying, knowing that alcohol is addictive, caffeine, cigarettes, everything is addictive. Everything pleasure, sex is addictive. Women are, everything is, okay, put that into perspective, keep it in mind, but know that there is a benefit of the rabbit hole. It's good to go down the rabbit hole in self-discovery, figure out what turns you on, and maybe try to live out that fantasy, maybe continue living in your closet. Fine. I'm happy that I went down the rabbit hole and I discovered every bit that turns me on. I don't watch porn all the time, but at least I know now what I like, what I look. I'm just saying I'm saying there is a benefit to watching porn and being no-fab. I think whatever. I'm just saying that that's it.
Okay, that's an interesting point.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Yeah.
I think we should probably start wrapping this up.
yeah. I want to watch House of Dragon. Okay. Closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts is this is one of my favorite podcasts we've ever done.
I will never. I have not laughed nearly as hard in a while as when Mr. Slave was barking like a dog and barking treat.
Dude, you need to clip that out as a separate clip and post it.
Yeah, that was so fucking funny. Yeah, that was interesting.
One more thing. We need to find Miss Dominatrix and new boyfriend. So you guys, she's single. Slide into her DMs. I got you, girl.
Single and ready to mingle.
Single and ready to mingle.
Single and ready.
You can meet Mr. Slave that way. Mr. Slave, would you do your mistress's boyfriend's laundry if she asked you to?
Of course.
Okay, well there you go. You also get free laundry service too if you succeed with Miss Dominatrix here. So it's a win-win.
If it makes her happy, whatever makes her happy.
And if you play your cards right, you get your load all over Mr. Slave's face. That's the that's the ultimate win.
If she likes you enough and you want to do it, then she can order him to just receive your loads on his face. So,
but Mr. Slave will say no homo beforehand, so it won't be weird.
Right.
Yeah. As long as you say that, then it's not gay.
Yeah. All right. Cool. What?
You have to keep your socks. As long as you keep your socks on, it's not no homo.
Exactly.
Is that a thing? Exactly. Yeah. No, totally. Yeah. That's exactly how it goes.
Agreed. All right, cool. Well, appreciate y'all. Any closing thoughts, Mr. Slave or Mistress?
No.
Thank you, Alex.
Mistress, will you come on our speed dating show? Please say yes. You can bring Mr. Slave with you.
That's gonna creep out some of the guys, but
that's the test. That's the test of the ultimate.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you can
Right?
bring him if you want.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
All right,
Yes.
cool. All right. We're doing one tomorrow. We'll coordinate.
I don't know.
That'd be perfect.
We'll coordinate.
We'll coordinate. All right.
Perfect.
Cool.
Perfect. Let's invite Coach Whitepill and QB Willie. I want to see how they do.
Coach Whitepill doesn't talk to women on live streams.
Yeah, fair. That's a good point.
I
think Coach Whitepill and Mr. Slave would have a really good conversation.
Why?
Because you guys
could bond over like funky outfits and shit.
I don't watch Whitepill's content. I don't find him. I never found him interesting.
Well, if you watch him, you'll understand that you guys have a lot of similarities.
That's one thing you and I have in common, Mr. Slave. Yeah, I was laughing. Sorry. No one knew who I was until I put on the banana suit.
Oh boy. Okay. Cool. Can't wait for the speed dating session. That's going to be great. Miss Dominatrix, we're going to find you a new boyfriend. Okay. He's going to be super dominant and he's going to be a Giga Chad, and you're going to love him.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, cool. Appreciate y'all. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We got a speed dating thing tomorrow. We got a debate with Destiny and the Crucible guys on Tuesday. So we'll have good shit ahead. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Check out Kevin's channel. Check out the Dominatrix Instagram, I guess. Appreciate y'all. And until next time.